Anderson at first is his responsibility, and Matt Guerrier comes on here in the fourth. He faces Brett Gardner.
Slider, big curveball type guy. He's going to have to try and get some quick outs. Find a way for Minnesota to just crawl their way back in this game. They've got to be able to contribute at the plate a little bit better than they have.
Guerrier appearing in his second game of this series. He pitched in game 2. There goes Granderson. The throw by Mauer is into center field. Granderson will motor into third.
Well, Joe Mauer, who has gold gloves, had a perfect pitch to throw, overthrew it into the outfield, and that stolen base by Curtis Granderson and the error by Joe Mauer. Very unaccustomed to seeing the Twins and their best player play this way.
So Granderson 90 feet away. The Twins bring the infield in, already down 4-0. And Gardner waits on an 0-2. Out of the zone, 1-2. Yankees pressing the issue, leading 4-0. The stolen base, and E2 has Granderson at third.
Well, this is the problem they present to you at the bottom of their lineup, is that when they roll it over, they've got tons of speed.
Granderson a walking lead at third. Just a little looper foul right near the line and hits the tarp. Ball and 2 strikes.
And I'll tell you what a lot of guys can't do, or don't seem to want to do. He's stealing on an 0-1 pitch, and he takes strike 2 to get in the hole 0-2. But this is one of the guys that battles at the plate. He doesn't care if it's 0-2, 2-0. And that's one thing you have to do to help your team be successful. You've got to give up of yourself to get the guy in scoring position to increase your chances to win a baseball game. Gardner did it. Now he can get a run without a hit.
Has all the great qualities of a leadoff man in the 9 position. A ball and 2 strikes. Mauer kept that in front. 2-2.
Well, unlike the baseball we saw at Target Field, if this ball goes by the catcher, you will get a run.
A lot more room here at Yankee Stadium.
Classic form, gets over in front of the baseball. If it's a breaking ball, you know as soon as it hits the dirt, it's going to try to dart back to your left hand, and stayed right in front of it and cushioned it in front of him.
In Minnesota, it's 45 feet, the minimum that you can have the backstop from home plate. Fly ball left field. Delman Young has to backtrack, and Curtis Granderson hustles for the plate and scores the 5th Yankee run.
Boy, what a nice at-bat by Brett Gardner.
Yeah, to the point. He went 0-2, didn't panic, and they scored a run without getting a hit. These are the little things that add up in a big way in postseason baseball. They go unnoticed in the regular season sometimes.
Out number 2. The Yankee base runners will advance, so it's 2nd and 3rd. And the 9-hole hitter, Brett Gardner, is coming up.
Tell you why that might be important. With the speed of Gardner and a high chopper or any kind of infield hit obviously scores a run. You don't have that force at second. With his speed, it puts a lot of pressure on the infield to make that play without a run scoring.
Gardner is a guy who will bunt with 2 outs, and because of that, Wilson Betemit is in on the grass at third base. You don't see that very often with 2 outs in an inning, but the bunt is always an option with Brett Gardner at the plate.
Don't get too fastball happy with Gardner, though, because he has some pop. You look at his game, you think of his game as only speed and hitting the ball the other way, but he does have some power to right field.
Strike, top of the zone. Gardner not pleased with that call. Now for the Yankees, they shorten the game so much. It's Rafael Soriano, who is the 7th inning pitcher now for Joe Girardi, and then Robertson in the 8th, and of course Mariano Rivera in the 9th. And he is set up for that run. And the hill turns into a mountain if the Yankees score here in the 6th inning. And there's a shot, a base hit for Gardner. Teixeira scores. Here comes Posada. He'll score. Brett Gardner with a big hit for the Yankees. A 2-out, 2 RBI single for the 9-hole hitter. And the Yankees have a 4-1 lead in the 6th.
And right here is the only bad curveball he has thrown, right down the middle with 2 outs. 1 pitch away from keeping his team 1 run down. And really, not many multiple innings where he's given up more than 1 run. Tough time for the Tigers to have that happen here.
To Russell Martin. And Brett Gardner representing the go-ahead run here in the 7th inning. Gardner bunted for a single in the 3rd inning. Verlander struck him out in the 5th. Now a few that have gotten away from Justin Verlander.
Yeah, a little trip to the mound right here just to get it reset. Things were going along real good. Jeff Jones is going to come out and just get him back to the basic of sometimes just need a little 5-10 second timeout here.
Sometimes, John, you expend so much energy trying to go for that punch out. Kind of sucks the air out of what you're trying to do out there.
Well, and this probably doesn't happen a lot of times with him. You get that crowd going. You want that crowd to get to the next level, the next octave. And the only way to do that is to, of course, punch him out.
Jeff Jones has had his say. Maybe if nothing else, just a breather for Verlander. We'll reset it here. 2 on for the Yankees. A walk and a hit batter. Tying run aboard. Gardner at the plate. Gardner gave the Yankees a big hit in game 1. What people will remember about game 1 is Robinson Cano's grand slam. But it was Gardner's 2-out, 2-strike, 2 RBI single that stretched the Yankee lead to 4-1 at the time. top of the order coming up next. Derek Jeter is on deck. And it goes full. Runners take off. Gardner into the gap, left center field. That's a big hit. Posada will come in to score. And racing right behind him, Russell Martin. The throw gets away on the cutoff. And the Yankees have tied it as Brett Gardner delivers again in the clutch. A 2-out rally by the Yankees, all even at 4.
Well, this stadium is in shock, and I'm sure Mr. Verlander in shock. A good pitch, but he worked the count to 3-2 and was able to go with it, didn't try to pull it, and certainly found the gap. The gaps are bigger here than anywhere else probably in baseball, and he and the Yankees have squared this thing off again.
The difference is the 3-2 count. Martin running, that's the only way you can score on that baseball.
Team. Daniel Schlereth, the new pitcher. 5 batters in this inning. 4 hits and a walk. Still nobody out, and the bases loaded for the Yankees. And it is 6-1 with Brett Gardner coming up. The Yankees have just applied a steady attack tonight. They scored 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th. They've added 2 here in the 8th. And threatening for a big inning to put this one away and send it back to New York for Game 5 Thursday. Gardner has a hit tonight. He's 1 for 3. He singled and scored a run in the 5th inning. Now with 4 hits in 4 games of this American League Division Series. And that one ripped to center field, down for a hit. In to score, Dickerson. Montero will be held. And the line keeps moving. A snap throw to third. Montero is back safely. Base is still loaded. Another run is in. And the Tigers are having a hard time getting an out in this 8th inning.
Yeah, this is a situation right here. We're playing loose. Everything feels good. Another base hit. And if you're the Yankees, you're kind of hoping that you don't have that day off tomorrow. And you can just keep going and keep motoring. But there will be a day off tomorrow. Each team will refocus and try to establish themselves in a better way come Game 5.
How about another RBI for Gardner?
So 2 down in the inning. Brett Gardner, the batter. Paul Molitor made the point before the game to us that he thinks Minnesota pitchers are more comfortable throwing strikes because they know they've got that guy out in center field.
I mean, he just glides to the ball really unlike anyone. And to be able to have the awareness of where he was. That ball was hit hard off the bat of Todd Frazier. A hanging slider there. As we take a look at Byron Buxton on StatCast, powered by AWS, 24 outs above average in the outfield this year. That led all of Major League Baseball. Probably on his way to winning a Gold Glove in the American League in center field, which is saying a lot with the likes of Kevin Kiermaier and Mike Trout and Kevin Pillar. A lot of great defenders. Byron Buxton may start to be separating himself.
2-1. There.
Dan, you're so right, especially with a pitcher like Santana who gives up the amount of fly balls that he gives up, one of the highest percentages in all of baseball, but now he can elevate. He can go upstairs with his fastball. They can throw more over the plate and not feel like this team last year. I mean, they were in the negatives with defensive runs saved. They had a lot of problems behind their pitchers.
But the Twins want people to know it's not just that he's fast. He's really made a commitment to improve his routes, to get a better first step. He's not shy around the wall. It's the whole package. It's not just the athleticism. Yeah.
I mean, this is the confidence that he's shown this season and really owning who he is. And it's shown up in his offense.
2-2 to Gardner. Look out.
Santana's had a lot of success tonight, or not a lot of success. His success has only come when he's been able to get the fastball inside, and this one just rides up, just missing Gardner. Booney, you talked about his not being able to find that slider, but he's trying to establish inside to a lot of these hitters.
Hit hard down the right field line. It is gone. Gardner with a home run, and the Yankees have the lead.
Well, Jess, you said it. Just the inability and the no faith to throw the slider. And after getting knocked down from a pitch, no more satisfying feeling for a hitter than to lean on one and hit a no-doubter the next pitch. And Ervin Santana got a long stare from Brett Gardner as he went down the first baseline after getting his tower buzzed on the pitch prior.
And the Yankees doing the thing they started doing a couple of weeks ago, similar to what the Cubs started earlier in the year, doing the interview deal after a guy hits a home run. Gardner now 12 for 32 in his career against Santana. The Yankees have a 4-3 lead, and the bullpen is up again.
An inning with a couple of walks and a double. And now it's Brett Gardner who singled and scored in the 4-run second.
Gardner, leadoff hitter. This is the third at bat in the third inning. Usually a good sign for your team.
He's got Castro at third, Frazier at second, Hicks at first. And 0-1 to Brett Gardner. Brett Gardner got off to a slow start this season, and then as soon as the calendar turned to May, went nuts. 9 home runs in May. And in doing that, he out-homered his entire total from 2016. A career-high 21 of them this year.
Oh, he'd rather hit a sinker than a four-seam fastball off a right-hander.
Behind 0-2.
There was one that Clevenger would have liked to get against Frazier, but he got it on Gardner to get the 2 strikes. Same kind of pitch, same kind of location, different results.
A couple of long innings for the Yankees lineup here. And hoping to make this long inning in the third translate into the kind of success they had in the second. Gardner pokes it to third. Urshela over to first, and Santana had to come off the bag. 5-0 Yankees. Second error of the game hung on Giovanni Urshela.
Yeah, and this was on him the whole way. He looked to second base, but there was no one close to second. He had an easy out at first. Watch him look there. That hesitation, and that is all it took. Santana is not a tall first baseman, and that's going to be into the night for Clevenger.
To come back on short rest. The Yankees had a one-time 5-0 lead, but a couple of home runs have cut into it. A 2-run shot by Carlos Santana. Solo homer by Roberto Perez.
Last time these two hooked up, Olson breaking ball, first 2 pitches.
It is Tyler Olson making his 3rd appearance in the series. He'll face Brett Gardner with 1 out and a runner at 3rd, and the Cleveland infield in on the grass.
And you wonder if Gardner also knows these things when they watch the video. Crossed him up with a first pitch fastball. You saw those stats right. 0 ERA for Mr. Olson.
Quickly 0-2 to Brett Gardner. Gardner has singled and scored. He's also reached on an error tonight.
Now you really got to try to get one out of the strike zone here. 0-2. Get him fishing. Maybe see if you can expand it.
Almost wrapped that breaking ball in for a strike. Aaron Judge waits next. Brian Shaw in the bullpen, likely for him.
See Gardner trying to hang in there as long as he could. Maybe take one off the shoulder.
This inning goes according to plan for the Indians. 3 pitchers will combine to keep the Yankees off the scoreboard.
He's yet to get the ball in the other batter's box with the break. Slower breaking ball, and Gardner's now seen about 6 of them between those last couple of bats. Locking him up inside would be gutsy.
That's where Perez sets up. They go away and it's fouled off.
The only reason I say it's gutsy is your room for error is not good. If you could throw it in there, and Perez had the right idea. Olson's ball kind of cuts a little bit, and then of course he likes to spin that breaking ball, but that would have been the right approach from a guy looking slow away and then heat him up in. Or possibly he misses about 5 inches. That's where he wants it. He almost throws it away in the corner.
Still a ball and 2 strikes to Brett Gardner. Fly ball out to shallow right center. Kipnis and Bruce negotiating it. Kipnis makes the catch. Frazier's going to try it. Throw to the plate. If you were surprised they sent Todd Frazier, you were really surprised he scored on a shallow fly ball to center field.
Now a tough customer in Gardner. As the series has gone on, his at-bats have gotten better and better, tracking pitches a little bit better.
So Mickey Callaway comes out for a quick refresher on the Gardner assignment. Gardner tonight's 2 for 4 to John's point. Coming off a regular season in which he hit a career-high 21 home runs. Got Tyler Olson up in the bullpen.
How many times will a pitching coach come out with first and second if I think the conversation's like this, saying, hey, remember, if the count doesn't go in your favor, there's a guy on deck that's hit 50-some home runs that you might be able to pitch to. It just doesn't work that way. That guy struck out 4 times. So you forget as a pitcher sometimes, first and second still remains a base open. So you really do want to be careful and not give in just because you think runners are on. It's a lot easier to think that way when it's second and third. You go, oh, first base is open. This happens to be the third base is open.
So here's Brett Gardner, and here we go with runners at first and second. Breaking balls in for a strike. These two have squared off twice in this series. Gardner 1 for 2 against Allen, 2 for 9 in his career. And Joe Smith has joined Tyler Olson. That would be in case Aaron Judge bats here in the ninth.
19 home runs against right-handed pitching. Tailed off really towards the end of the season. The power numbers, that is.
Oh, 1 to Brett Gardner. As you watch Aaron Judge on deck, I mean, you know he is dying for the opportunity. It has been a frustrating series for him. Still, having said that, the Yankees are 3 outs away from advancing, despite Aaron Judge enduring 3 4-strikeout games. It's never happened before in postseason history. Oh,
you can see Gardner. Sometimes you got to guess along with the pitcher, and sometimes you got to tip your hat when he paints a fastball in the outside corner, which he did right there. Now you got to think breaking ball maybe if you're Gardner and fight off the fastball.
Allen trying to strand a pair with 2 out in the ninth and keep it a 1-run game.
The thing about fastball away, what Gardner can do is flare it to left field. He does such a good job at fighting that pitch off.
Hicks reached on the single and then advanced on the error with 2 away. Frazier walked. A ball and 2 strikes to Brett Gardner.
That was the right pitch. He just never got it out of his hand close enough where Gardner could even think about swinging at it. He spiked the curveball. That was the right pitch. Even then, Gardner made a motion towards.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Brett Gardner, the longest tenured player on the Yankee roster, drafted back in 05, debuted in 08. Won a World Series title in his 2nd year with the Yanks.
And I'll tell you, on the other side, Chapman's been sitting for a while. Usually when you sit for a while, you think your team has scored, and you can deal with that. They haven't scored yet. He's been sitting there, ready to do his thing. He would just as soon have a 3-run homer here for all the wait time.
The next 2-2. They appeal, no swing, and it'll go to a full count.
Well, that's what the Yankees wanted now. With 2 strikes, 3-2 count, you can get the runners going. So for sure, a single will score Hicks.
Gardner, not one of the better Yankee 2-strike hitters. Bats only 188 with 2 strikes, yet he's been able to battle here and work to a full count. Aaron Judge next. As John mentions, both Hicks and Frazier will have a head start with 2 away. There go the runners. Here's the 3-2.
Well, Kipnis playing really deep in center. Of course, we talked about Gardner's power, but Kipnis would probably feel better about coming in on a ball than going back. I would imagine that the depth he feels more comfortable, but very deep.
full count pitch. Gardner is proving one tough customer as per usual.
That's what he does, and that's what makes him so valuable at the top of the lineup. Early in the series, he struggled to get on base. You could see it coming along. You could see him recognizing more pitches, making it more difficult for the pitchers.
Credit the Yankees here again. This is what they do. Allen has faced 6 batters. 4 of them have seen 5 or more pitches. And we'll try it again on 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Hicks and Frazier will be running with 2 away.
And I'm just telling you, the only downside here for the Yankees, the fact that A, they haven't scored, and B, Chapman's 22 minutes on the bench, right in the dugout. So as great of an effort this is, you would love to get that extra breathing room and show with Joe Girardi.
Yeah, and in fact, Chapman's actually gone up the tunnel just to start moving around a little bit. He's not sitting anymore. He's very aware of what to speak of as well. Brett Gardner has done a great job at working counts tonight. Remember, he created the first out of the game when he tried to bunt off Corey Kluber on the first pitch. He's seen 31 pitches in 5 plate appearances despite making a 1-pitch out to start the night. He will not go away.
No, he won't. And at some point, if Allen can trust he can throw the breaking ball down and actually bounce it behind the plate, Gardner would have a hard time laying off him. He's in that attack mode of fighting off the fastball that he sees coming out of the hand. And you just got to trust now that you can make that best breaking ball look like a strike and don't hang it, but bounce it.
Saw Aroldis Chapman has reappeared in the Yankee dugout. He's on his feet, as are 38,000 plus tonight. Once again on a full count.
See, that pitch up there is easier for him to do exactly that. When you shorten up and you're not worried about driving the ball, it's actually easier to recognize that pitch in kind of a late attack swing, right? Late barrel to bat.
So a 12-pitch at bat, and that'll make this tied for the longest plate appearance of the postseason. Three balls and 2 strikes. One hop past Ramirez into right. Hicks will score. And the ball gets away in the infield. Here comes Gardner. Frazier rather scores a second run on the play. And the Yankees get 2. Gardner singles in Hicks. And then a moment of hesitation in the infield allows Frazier to score a second run.
Went with the fastball again, and Gardner did not miss the inside fastball. Bruce just throws it in, and the ball kind of takes a funny hop. He just gets it in quick instead of accurately.
Two costly 9th-inning errors lead to 2 big Yankee runs. We'll be right back.
Doesn't get any better than this. Bottom of the 8th inning, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. 2-run Astros lead, up 2 games to 1. Top of the order with the closer for the Astros, Ken Giles, into the game.
Yeah, not a good matchup for Giles. Gardner will put the ball in play. At least he's shown the ability to do that. What you want is a bigger swinging guy. You want a guy, even as dangerous as Judge is, he's more of a strikeout swing and miss. Yes, he's a home run threat. But Gardner, his job right now is to find a way to get Headley to third And of course, Frazier to home.
Blocked by McCann, ball one. Aroldis Chapman is up for the Yankees in their bullpen. He got up last night, did not have to come into the game, despite the fact that it was 8-0 going into the ninth inning. He had to get up and get loose. After back-to-back walks to start the frame, and the Astros were threatening to make it a game. Gardner 0 for 3 tonight. 1-1 pitch. Strike two.
This Yankee team, you have to finish them. You can't. They will not beat themselves. They will not just roll over. You've got to finish them. And at 3-0 after the sixth, everybody in the other dugout probably felt pretty confident of what was going to happen. But Joe has seen his team battle back, hit big homers, and find ways.
To the right side, a run will score out at first. It's 4-3. And a productive out from Brett Gardner, tying run 90 feet away.
I'm just telling you, that's the kind of player he is, and you need more of those kind of players that can be willing to sacrifice themselves, not be a hero, and let the next guy do his job. And the next guy is Aaron Judge.
Spot a baller right here in the fifth with 2 on and just 1 out. And Gardner coming up, who's hitting 9th tonight. Then back to the top of the order, and Aaron Hicks.
Big breath there by Rick Porcello. It doesn't matter who you are as a starting pitcher. Over the course of the game, you're going to have that inning or two that you're going to have to get out of. This is Porcello's first.
Matt Barnes is in the bullpen. Normally the setup man for Kimbrel. Sensing a moment to get out of a jam, Cora has him throwing. Runners at the corners. Gardner pulls one foul. Just past first base coach Reggie Willits. Gardner hitless in the series, hitless in the postseason. He's 0 for 8. The 0-1 popped him up left field. Benintendi came in, now going back. Sanchez will tag. Matter of fact, both runners will tag, and the throw wisely goes to second base. It's a run for the Yankees. They're on the board. A sacrifice fly for Brett Gardner makes it 4-1 Boston.
Good at bat by Gardner. Chip away until you can get your big bats up there.
So 2 out, nobody on. A run home on the LeMahieu homer, and here's Gardner. A strike at the letters.
"28 home runs.
Career high at age 36. Gardner drives one to deep right field. This one is on its way. This one is gone. Almost on cue. Solo homers in the game. The first 3 for the Twins, the last 2 for the Yanks. 7-4 New York.
That's classic Gardner. He's got that sweet spot inner third. If it isn't down at his shoe tops and it stays about his knees, strong little guy. Don't be confused by his size. Tough way to face a team in this ballpark and a team that is this talented in the Yankees.
got the grand slam from Gregorius. They've done it with runners in scoring position, 4 for 7 in those situations. Another opportunity in that regard here with Gardner. Goes after the first one and pulls it by a rise into right for another base hit. Rosario's throw goes to third, not in time. LeMahieu's in to score, and it's 8-0 on an RBI single from Brett Gardner.
Well, when it's going good, it's going good. They've hit some missiles, and then they've hit some right just outside the stretched arms of the defender, and they got it all going on right now. And Minnesota's just saying, can we get back to the plate? Can we get out of this inning, reset, get something going the other way?
In a big inning, it became even bigger after the leadoff double, and he's got a chance here to get out of it with no damage. After the Twins were unable to take advantage of their opportunity in the bottom of the second. Urshela at third with 2 gone for Brett Gardner.
No. We talked about LeMahieu and his ability to not pull the ball off right-handers. Gardner's the opposite. Loves to pull. And he's looking for pull side power. And anything usually that's off speed, he'll hit on the ground to that pull side defense.
The 1-0. Well, what it is really locating his fastball, but 80% for strikes so far tonight.
Yeah, what's amazing is he's so good against left-handers on the fastball away, but he has yet to show the fastball into right-handers. He's much more confident against right-handers away to complement those other pitches that he has to get hitters out.
No. Splitter for a ball, and it's 2-1. It's interesting because it is technically the same pitch.
Yes.
Right?
Your eyes and sometimes where you feel comfortable. And, you know, in the course of my career, I'd say over 21 years, I was probably one of the worst fastball in. I didn't throw fastballs in that well to right-handers because my ball cut. Well, his kind of rises, and so maybe that's the same reason for him when right-handers are up there.
Here's 2-1. 2-2 on Brett Gardner.
The left-hander, you see all that space and there's nothing to worry about, so getting a ball to rise away from a left-hander probably feels more comfortable than it does to throw into a right-hander.
Struck Gardner out with a splitter his first time. Urshela at third, 2 gone, and a 2-2. Fastball punched by Sano. And the Yankees lead 2-0 as Gardner does go the other way to bring home Urshela.
That was a total fight off the fastball, get rewarded. That's an excellent job. Ball up. You can see that was not by accident. Anything down and closer to him, he's looking to pull up. He'll fight off and go the other way. And the very athletic Sano, even if he came up with that ball, I don't think anything could have come of it. So what the Twins were not able to do with the bases loaded, with 2 outs, the Yankees add on.
He's issued 2 walks in this first inning. And the bases are loaded for Brett Gardner. Longest tenured Yankee, 36 years old and having a career year, 28 home runs during the regular season. Although just 2 for 13 in this ALCS.
He's been aggressive in these situations on first pitch. Let's see if he stays aggressive and just gets more discipline on a pitch he likes. Of course, last game, first and second, nobody out. First pitch, pop up.
Huge opportunity for the Yankees.
Outside.
And ball one.
So far, the correct strike zone, but a tight, you know, in Greinke's eyes, he's like, oh, I could steal an inch. I need an inch here or there. Keep putting the pressure on the corners.
The bases loaded in the first inning against Garrett Cole in Game 3. Couldn't capitalize. That has been as much of the story as anything. Takes it low ahead 2-0.
Much better approach. I mean, every hitter wants to go up there and make something happen, and the home crowd go crazy. And sometimes you work yourself into a too aggressive approach, and you make an out earlier than you should. Letting the count, letting the pitch that you're looking for come. And so far, he's now got the perfect opportunity on a 2-0 count with the bases loaded.
Cole is able to get out of it. Yankees, over these last 2 games where they've managed just 3 runs, have gone 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position and stranded 16. On a 2-0, Gardner takes ball 3 with nowhere to put it. You trust your veteran, give him a green light?
No.
Greinke can't find it?
No. Not here. I mean, I'm not saying they won't. I just think when a guy's struggling, you're going to see one pitch, and the one pitch you see here, you're more likely going to see again.
Here it is. He walked him, and the Yankees take the lead in the first. Only twice during the regular season did Zach Greinke issue 3 walks in a game. He's issued 3 in this first inning alone.
Well, he might have got that call if they were set up over there, but he was set down the middle, and that ball was just a tad off the plate. Great at bat by Gardner, passing the baton on to the next guy. That's what you got to do, and that Astros fan's like, wait a minute. It's not supposed to happen.
First pitch fastball sent out to left center field and off the track and wall, barehanded by Naylor. Torres coming around, he'll score, and it's a 4-1 New York lead. Right-hander Cam Hill takes over here with 2 gone in the 7th. We've all been Mike's side for doubleheaders, but doing postseason games from different series in the same day, it's a new one for us. Wow. Brett Gardner adds to the damage with a 2-run homer. And this one has turned into a rout.
And we talked about early in the game, Booney going with Gardner.